President Obama's top economic advisor defending the $787 billion economic stimulus package. Larry Summers says the Recovery Act is working the way it's supposed to. In a letter to House Republican leader John Boehner, Summers said, quote, thanks largely to the Recovery Act, alongside an aggressive financial stabilization plan and a program to keep responsible homeowners in their homes, we have walked a substantial distance back from the economic abyss and are on the path toward economic recovery. That may have some people scratching their heads who obviously are in the unemployment lines today. To talk more about this is Ron Bonjean. He was press secretary for former Senate Majority Leader Trent Lott, a Republican, and Taylor West is a former press advisor to Democratic Senator Chris Dodd of Connecticut. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
You know, we've heard traditionalists and economic analysts saying it takes a while for Main Street to catch up with Wall Street. But these kinds of comments from Larry Summers, what kind of impact are they going to have on the power of the present White House right now?
Yeah, well, I'd say they aren't going to have a bit of impact right now on the American people. You know, the election next year is going to be on three things: jobs, jobs, and jobs. And with millions of jobs lost and Americans not feeling it on Main Street, I think the Democrats are really going to take a pounding in next year's elections if they don't figure it out pretty quickly. Larry Summers may be right in some aspects of the long-term economic stabilization, but in terms of economic reality at election time, the Democrats are going to go into panic mode. And I think that's what we have to really be worried about, is what the Democratic Party will do between now and the election to try to stave off the losing jobs.
Well, that's an interesting point. I want to get back to that in just a second, but I want to give Taylor West a chance to weigh in on this, because the jobless numbers this morning point to the fact that people holding those pink slips, those numbers are getting bigger rather than smaller, and that's got to be hurtful for your party.
Well, I think you're seeing a lower number of job losses over the past few quarters. Now, there's no question people are absolutely hurting, and you got to remember, just a year ago, we were looking at what we thought might be the second coming of the Great Depression, and President Obama hadn't even been elected at this point a year ago. So I think that Larry Summers is exactly right that the stimulus package and several other things that this administration and the Congress have done have really walked us back from that brink. And we're going to have to continue working on things to help people who do not have jobs right now, like extending unemployment benefits. But we've also got to focus on investing in places where we can see new job growth, like the clean energy industry, and like bringing down costs for business owners through things like health care reform.
Well, you know, a lot of the things that the president is proposing right now, his health care, so on and so forth, is so expensive that people, especially who don't have jobs right now, just can't see their way around it. Now, Ron, I want to get back to what you were saying. You say you're fearful of what the Dems may do to stave off losses in the 2010 elections. Fearful. Why that word? What do you think they'll do?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the past year, they've tried they passed a stimulus package that really didn't work. You can see it in the lag in the job losses. You can see it in their health care reform package. Will cost millions of jobs, and with the cap and trade, with their climate change bill, raising taxes. What I would be really fearful about is watching the Democrats try to pass more tax credits, try to throw more money in a stimulus package to show that they're politically tuned into what's going on, when in reality, that could really drive up the deficits even more than we are. We're in trillions of dollars of deficits, and, you know, not do a darn thing. And that's what we really have to worry about. You know, what we could do to benefit the economy is take the $300 million that hasn't been spent in the stimulus package and put it towards a payroll tax cut, a permanent payroll tax cut that would give employers the incentives to hire people. But right now, all we have are Band-Aids on the problem.
All right, Taylor, you get the last word.
Yeah, you have to wonder if the alternative then that Ron's talking about here is not fixing the healthcare system, is not ending our dependence on foreign oil, is not creating clean energy jobs, is not, in fact, reaching out with support for people who are unemployed. So I'm not really sure I'm hearing a lot of solutions there, and I'm not sure that I'm fearful of a government actually trying to do something about the problem that we have right now.
I guess we'll just have to wait until November of 2010, and then you guys will wake up and realize how the economy should be run and what type type of policy should be put in place to actually grow the economy,
because for the time that we let
jobs.
you guys do it, it turned out really well for all of us.
All right, I'm going to draw the line there, you guys. Lots of ideas on the table right now, and it's clear that you guys are not going to agree in the next few seconds, but we'll have you back. Thank you so much, Ron Bonjean and Taylor West, for joining us.
Thanks, Harris.
Well, after sitting out the health care debate for months, at least publicly, the insurance industry comes out with some new numbers. What its new audit says the Senate overhaul bill could end up costing your family. The White House not too happy about it. We'll take you in depth.